They do want to make this go back and forth in a more direct way.
Do you know, I can honestly see UAlbany transitioning from the America East in lacrosse to the ACC, playing Duke, North Carolina, or maybe to the Big Ten, playing Ohio State, Johns Hopkins every year.
I could see. I mean, eventually, if UAlbany keeps this trajectory that they're going on, it's not fair for them to be left in the American East, but it's really not fair for anyone else that's in the American East. It's really unfair for them to be there. Because at a certain point, they're just beating up on weaker children.
Let's say in the next 5 years, Albany goes to 2 national championships. Let's say, for argument, this might not happen. Let's say they go to 2 national championships, they win 1. You don't think like the ACC or the Big Ten especially are going to want that pedigree? Especially when you got an up-and-coming Penn State program, Johns Hopkins in the Big Ten.
You're going to want it because you're going to want to make sure that your conference is considered one of the strongest out there and playing the strength that's out there. I mean, UAlbany has made, the national stage a few times with its appearance in the tournament and beating Duke at halftime at one point. But I mean, the lacrosse team is putting its national championships right there, Division I, in front of everyone's face.
Can you imagine the Big Ten with Ohio State, Maryland, Albany in lacrosse?
That's you're starting to create a powerhouse.
And then Penn State coming up. Northwestern's got a decent program.
Yeah, these schools that didn't recognize in the beginning have the money and have the talent around them. Yeah, and it's growing. It's only growing. Look at Denver. Denver is one of the better teams in the country.
They're in the Big East.
Dude, don't try and make sense of this. Don't try and make sense of any.
Is Denver in like the east of the West?
Yes, it's on the other side of the Rockies. That's still the East.
The West.
That's how they break it down. Haven't you seen a map?
Apparently not one of those Colorado maps. They got a lot of that green. Must be.
Yeah, well, that's probably, a lot of that has to be earmarked for education, so now they can afford the insurance.
Earmarked for education. Right, like the lotto. Like the New York State lottery goes to education.
Well, I mean, in Colorado, it actually does happen that way. That being said, you want to know the funniest thing about their green conundrum? It's capped. They can only take in an X amount of tax money. So if they reach that limit, anything extra has to go back to the populace. So my parents get checks every year from the excess money they've made off of the marijuana tax. They get money back. They get checks like, we made too much from weed.
How terrible.
By the way...
Now you're all accomplices. You're all dealers. You got a cut.
By the way...
Yep.
Oh, man.
Don't die.
There's I'm getting a bonus from work tomorrow. And it's going to be...
Missed a big show.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be considerably less taxes on it now. Thanks to Donald Trump.
Jackass.
What do you mean? I'm going to be getting an extra few $100s.
That's okay. You're not supposed to say anything good.
Okay.
I mean,
don't you know how this works?
No, apparently not.
Listen, that being said, I don't care. I'll take the extra money. But
right.
Give me more money.
Oh, you know where you work doesn't give you extra money?
Well, I mean, I still get the bonus. Because other people suck.
All right, guys.
Quarterly. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to piss it all away in Atlantic City this quarter, but,
You do you.
I like golf.
I like golf. Oh, is this your outing with Jaws?
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
I'll see what I can do.
Get him on the show. Or be like, hey, we have this show. Can we, get press passes to the Albany Empire?
I'll see what I can do.
Do it. Get press passes to the Albany Empire.
I always like talking to him when he is there. This year we're going in the middle of the week, so it's not, he's not going to, last 2 years when we went, we've gone the same week of the NFL draft, so he wasn't there. So we're going after the weekend is over, so hopefully he will be in attendance, because he's usually there because it's near the opening of his club for the year.
Awesome. Definitely get us press passes so that we can just go watch the game from field level.
That's all we need.
And,
no big deal.
Yeah, and we'll even write a blog about it. That's what we'll do. Talk about
Okay.
it.
Easy.
We just need two. Just need two
Okay.
that we can scan and make more, and then sell. Just kidding, Jaws. We love you. We wouldn't do that to your team. But anyways, we
do want them to succeed. I mean,
We do.
not too much though. Not too much that they leave.
That'd be terrible.
Because we've had that happen to Albany before. Nah, they're too good to be here. We gotta move them.
Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Calder Cup, how dare you? Gonna move you out of here.
AFL Championship? I don't think so. Indy, here we come.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Give it to someone worse, like New Paltz.
New Paltz.
They're like, why'd you take it from us? Yeah, they needed a win.
Curious Joel.
Yeah. Well, it's between New Paltz and Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Still undecided. Maybe even Hyde Park. There's nobody there.
Forget the Marlboro Mustangs. We'll
Yeah.
put them there. Guys, we're gonna get into our top 5, but first, in order to be an MVP,
Oh, God damn it. Go ahead.
love your reactions.
Just go ahead. Get it over with.
In order to be an MVP, you have to be your own man. Being your own man means that you have your own opinions. Lonzo Ball is definitely his own man. According to multiple reports, Lon's GOAT did not want to sell his shoes for the price of $500. He wanted them to be much lower.
Way to be your own man.
Now, while in the end, the Big Baller brand won, as corporations tend to win over humans, he stood up for what he believed in. And that proves that Lonzo is a man of the people. That's why he is your 2017-2018 NBA MVP.
I don't.
So how exactly did he stand up for that?
Yeah, what?
Because
None of that was accurate. Not
Don't
a part
question
of it
Lon's
was
goat.
accurate. He didn't even stand up for himself when he bought at the house. The house that they use in their show. I was reading this. The house that they use as the Baller Mansion was bought and is in his name, and they asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh no, it's in my dad's name." And they're like, "No, it's under your name. We checked the records." And he's like, "I don't know. They just lived there." What? Excuse me? Who's managing your finances?
LeVar?
Have you checked to see how those tickets to Lithuania got paid for?
Yes, LeVar still has money from his days in the London Monarchs.
LeVar doesn't even understand how his own kid's contract works. Did you hear that?
No.
He said he wasn't going to... He said that if his kids were not picked up by the Lakers, he was going to have LeVar Ball leave in 2 years. The problem is, the Lakers have an option after 2 years and can match any offer that's given to him. So he can't just leave. He doesn't understand how the contract actually works. Maybe you would understand that if you were actually in the NBA, but you weren't offered a contract, so it must be difficult for you to wrap your brain around.
It's not his fault that
And
he didn't...
furthermore, what country are they all going to be playing for? Because you can't have... No NBA team is going to take all 3 of your kids. You'd be lucky if 2 of them get in there. You want all 3? Then what country are they playing for? Because it's not going to be here.
It's a very good point. But let's move on now. We have our
Be
top
playing Czechoslovakian basketball.
Czechoslovakian. Oh, man. So
Slovenian basketball.
so does that mean when LaAngelo or LaMelo come into the NBA and they are in the future, the Rising Stars Challenge, are they playing
What?
for the world?
What? No, they're not going to be there.
LaMelo probably will. LaAngelo, we're not sure.
No, I don't think either of them will make it.
Um,
And even if they are, they're giving a 1-year contract, and then they are so bad that they have to go.
You're disrespecting the Ball family. We got to move on.
I don't care. You know who was better than them? Lamar Odom.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah.
I have
He
some
can't
really
even get his
negative.
life together.
I have some really negative things to say about Lamar Odom, so we're just going to move on.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to present our 5 biggest disappointments that were drafted in the NFL draft in the first round. This does not mean bust. It could be someone who was a bust, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So to give an example, I will start what we're doing, And I will give my number 5. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't have them in any particular order.
Okay, that's fine.
I just picked 5.
My number 5, Ray Caruth, pick number 27.
You son of a... Now I gotta get another one.
Pick number 27 of the 1997 draft, wide receiver out of Colorado. Now, Ray Caruth actually was a good player. He was on the all-rookie team. The reason I have him as one of the most disappointing
Murder?
is because in 1999 he murdered his pregnant girlfriend.
No. Had her murdered. Paid someone.
Regardless.
Stand-up guy.
Kid's still alive, though.
Kid's still alive.
Kid's
and
alive.
Ray Caruth is eligible for parole as of October 18th of this year.
Yeah.
Good.
And he's already fighting for custody of his child.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No, it's not.
You're gonna be lucky if you get out. Get comfortable.
No, like I said, he did play very well as a rookie. Like I said, made the all-rookie team. So the reason I have him on the list is not because of his play, it's because he's a murderer.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to go next?
I can go. Blair Thomas.
Oh.
Yeah, you know Blair Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a legend for your Penn State guys.
Yeah.
Not so much for the Jets.
No.
Averaged 500 yards over 4 seasons. It was purely about his play. Really, technically before our time, but my eldest brother helped generate a hatred for him.
Understandable. So I go with Ray Caruth. You go with Blair Thomas. Tony, give us a number 5.
Well, I wanted to. I was hoping BB would be here, but he's not. But I went with Aaron Mabin.
Aaron Mabin.
That's a good
Selected
one.
11th overall by the Bills in 2009.
I remember that.
Didn't mean to go with the Penn State wagon, but it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
He just didn't. He was intended to be very good. He held out in the beginning. Didn't help him with training camp. Was never really able to become the pass rusher that he wanted to. Then following seasons, he came in as a fat ass. Didn't lose any weight. Was completely out of shape, and
I got one
just
of those on
kind
my
of
list.
puttered himself out of the league.
Yeah. Well, let me just
played for the Jets too for 10 games.
let me help out with
But
this.
we didn't, pay that much for him.
Oh God, no.
Let me help out with this Penn State conundrum. For Aaron Mabin, no need to worry because Tom Bahali and Navarro Bowman were both very good. So feel good about that. So in summation, we've got Ray Caruth, we've got Aaron Mabin, and we've got Blair Thomas. Number 4, I have running back from Arkansas, pick number 22 of the 2008 draft, Felix Jones. Felix Jones ran for under 3,000 career yards. Why? That's not such a bad number, except the fact that he was the starting running back, a.k.a. the first and second down running back for the Dallas Cowboys, and Marion Barber did clean up. If you're the first and second down running back, you should have the good yardage. All right. The fact that he is on this list at number 4 for me is simply because of his short career and the fact that he sucked at running back. Felix Jones. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'm just going to throw another Penn State guy out there. Kenjana Carter did not have a good NFL career.
That's a good point.
I was thinking about putting him on mine.
I don't.
But he was a number 1 overall. That's why I didn't want to include him because we were trying to do first round people. Just saying, if we're
I do have
crap on Penn State people for a second, I can help a little bit more.
I do have a number 1 overall on my list, but only one. And Saquon Barkley hopefully won't be a bust, so we'll make up with that.
I hope you do. Yeah. Sure.
Because you want him to be a Giant.
I do. But they won't draft him.
No, it'd be
We're gonna get a
stupid to.
quarterback.
It'd be stupid to. You'd ruin his career.
I bet you most of these quarterbacks, watch all of them be busts. Because everyone's taught. Why is it that can we take a time out for 1 second? Why is it quarterbacks always They're like foam and beer. They always rise to the top, but they're